and welcome back to the Breakdown How To. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to install Google Analytics on your website, whether it's WordPress or whether it is a standalone HTML site. We're going to be going over it today, but first a message from our sponsor, which is Bluehost. All of the websites you were seeing today are actually hosted on Bluehost, as long as they're owned by me or one of my companies, and that is because we absolutely love Bluehost and use them ourselves. You can get an awesome Bluehost hosting account for just $6 per month, so go check it out at the first link down below, thebreakdown.xyz/Bluehost. Again, that is the first link down below. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. The first thing you'll obviously need to do is come here and start a free Google Analytics account. It's 100% free. Just go through the sign up process. As you can see here, you can create an account down at the bottom, or you can log into an existing Google account. Most people probably already have a Google account, and that's what I would do. I would just log in to a Google account that already exists. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right quickly. Once you've logged in, it'll go to a white screen and then take you to a page that looks like this. Basically, it's asking, do you want to set up the Google Analytics app? You can do that if you want, but I'm not going to do that right now for this tutorial. We want to focus right over here where we're creating a new account, right? So this is basically what's going to end up being your website, right? And as it says, each account can have more than one tracking ID, but personally, I just like to keep a new account for each individual website that I set up. There's different ways to do it. However you want to do it is fine, but for this, we're going to go ahead and enter in nickking.xyz, because that is the website we're going to be doing this on. For the website name, we're going to enter the same thing, nickking.xyz. For the website, again, same thing, but we want to make sure that this is HTTPS. If you have an HTTPS website, I do, so I'm going to make sure that's clicked. Industry really doesn't matter whatsoever, guys, so just enter that in. That's just for their own tracking data. That doesn't affect you at all. Reporting time zone, I would go ahead and make sure this is your time zone. Otherwise, it could get a little wonky, so we're going to go ahead and do right there. I'm in New York time. And then we can come down and you can decide whether or not you want these. None of these are actually required, right, to be able to do that. So yeah, there you go. So go ahead and do that and then get tracking ID at the bottom. Then you do have to accept this. Make sure you read through it. This is actually pretty important stuff now with the whole GDPR thing that rolled out and everything. You want to make sure you read through this and understand what you're doing and everything's okay there. Then same thing down here for their applicable terms to data shared with Google. And then go ahead and click that. And then go ahead and click I accept. Then it'll go ahead and load on up and it will take us to this. Now, this is what you're going to need if you're doing an HTML website. But we're going to do that a little bit later in the tutorial. And actually on your screen, there's a place you can skip to, right? Just skip to that time code on the screen and you'll be able to set it up with Google Analytics on an HTML website. But if you're looking to do it on a WordPress site, let's go ahead and jump on into it. The first thing we want to do is go to this link in the description down below. Should be the second link down below. And it will take you here where you want to click on this big download button. This is the Google Analytics app for WordPress by Monster Insight. So go ahead and download that. It'll download onto your computer, where then we want to go over to our WordPress site, right? This is our WordPress site. It's just the back end of WordPress. Come down here to plugins, add a new plugin right there. And then we want to go ahead and upload the plugin we just downloaded by clicking right up here where it says upload plugin, clicking choose file, and then going over to our desktop where we should have Google Analytics for WordPress. There it is. Double click on that and click install. This plugin will now install, and from this point, setting up Google Analytics is literally as easy as logging into your Google account. It's not difficult whatsoever. So activate the plugin, and then over here on the left hand side, a new box will pop up, right? A new menu bar item called Insights. So if we come over here, see that? There's Insights. Go ahead and click on Settings here. And then once you're into this, it kind of walks you through the process yourself. Now, this has obviously previously been installed on this website. So what I want to do here is click on Authenticate with your Google account. It'll click on that and it'll redirect us over to Google where we want to make sure we select the account we set up our analytics for just then. Click allow here, and then it will go ahead and say which website do we want to pick. There's a many different options, so I'm going to pick the nickking.xyz one there. This is the one we just created. This is the old one I have. Doesn't matter which one you click, but click on one of them. Then go ahead and complete authentication. It'll go through, finalize, set everything up, and it is that simple. WordPress now has Google Analytics set up on it. Now, there might be some things you want to do. For example, you can come down over to tracking over here and actually set up to where you can either ignore administrator and editor and any other user roles or not, right? I would actually recommend leaving these like this, right? Administrator and editor. I would actually recommend not counting those. And then for enabled events tracking, I would leave that as yes. And then you can kind of go down through everything here. It's probably best to enable demographics tracking. But if you do that, you need to come back over to Google here. And then you need to go over here to the sidebar. Just click on home. Then find the website you created right up here at the top. As you can see, ours is just automatically selected. We then want to come over here to where it says audience, and then we want to scroll down to where it says demographics, click on overview, and then you want to enable demographics and interest reporting if you want to enable it over on your website over here, right? So there you go. That's kind of how that's set up. You can go down through all of this and set it up even more in depth if you want, but I'm going to leave it there. What if you want to set it up on an HTML website? Now, if you're looking to set up Google Analytics on your HTML website, basically what you want to do is come here, right? Now, this page is what you should have landed on after your Google Analytics was like set up, right? So whenever your account was set up, this is the page you should have landed on. And if you want more info on how to get to it, basically this is your admin panel right there, and you can get to that by clicking down here on this cogwheel, right? So click on the cogwheel, and then you want to come in here and get tracking info for this property, tracking code, and there it is, right? So this is the code that we want. Go ahead and copy that code. Then come back over to your website. Right now, I'm going to be using a WordPress website to do this. You may have just an HTML website, but all you're going to do is look for your header, right? For your head tag. And once you found that, that is where you're going to put Google Analytics. Now, for example, right? If you have an HTML website, it may all be like this right here. See that? It may all be outlined like this. If you don't, right, and you have like a WordPress website or, you know, maybe another different kind of like website hosted on a content manager, you're just going to be looking for your head tag. And you see right there it is head, and then it's /head there. So it actually is pulling from WordPress there, another basically external header, but we should still be able to come in here and just paste in our Google Analytics tracking code. Go ahead and click update file, and just like that, you've added it to your website. Basically, all you're doing is adding this script right here that we got from Google to your header tag, and it's that simple. Done. That's all you've got to do. And yeah, you've set up Google Analytics on your non-WordPress or HTML website. So there you guys have it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more awesome website and web hosting tutorials every single day of the week. My name is Nick. This has been the Breakdown How To, and I'm out, guys. Peace.